A genius from Jude Bellingham, a bicycle goal in the 50th minute of the second half, and history changed. England, virtually eliminated from the Euros, saved themselves from defeat and took it to extra time that already started with Kane's header, and as England are not Real Madrid, they did not end up with an imposing 4-1 against a morally destroyed team. No, the entire extra time was for Slovakia, who narrowly missed the goal that would lead to penalties. Yes, Slovakia. England survived and ended up with a victory. Gareth Southgate remains employed, and the quarterfinal game will be against Switzerland, who beat Italy yesterday. If England plays like they did today and Switzerland plays like they did yesterday, there will be no way to avoid the English disaster. There are 4 terrible games in a row. Does England surprise? This time, I fell for the Vickers story. I thought it was time for the title. Now, I think I'm wrong. I always say that betting on England is more or less than even betting against Real Madrid a waste of time. England has always been a losing team, so much so that they have never been European champions in the world, only back in 1966. And it's not just about not winning. It's not winning, not enchanting, not getting close, not influencing. In short, it has no importance whatsoever for the development of the game, for the sport. All fingers will be pointed at Southgate, the conservative coach who has not been able to make this incredible English generation play ball. Yes, it's the registry office's fault, but I want to provoke reflection here. Aren't we intoxicated with the Premier League? The Premier is called the best club championship in the world, and I'm not as sure of that as most. In my point of view, the great thing about the Premier League is how the games are conducted by the referees. They make mistakes, they swallow fouls, but this is the price of letting the game run its course. Referees interfere little or nothing in matches, VAR even less. Players have or they acquire or simply respect a culture of not complaining, not wasting time, and not trying to deceive the referees, which is kind of useless, because they don't score anything anyway. This way of conducting games allows football to flow, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the teams are all great or that the players are all stars. It's the game dynamics and the attitude of the athletes that are cool, not necessarily the quality. If you want to turn this into numbers, take a look at the Champions League and Europa League results this century. Will the supposed dominance of the Premier League, or the not supposed but factual financial dominance, turn into a massacre on the continent? Compare, for example, with what Brazilian clubs have done in the Libertadores and Sudamericana with the financial power they have built. Do the English do the same thing in Europe? No, they don't. And they don't do it because they're not that much better, if at all. That English players are overvalued, we have known for a long time. They always have been, but I want to make a provocation. Here, isn't the Premier League equally overvalued? Or, in time, the goals in the English classification were scored by the only ones who don't play there. One is from Bayern Munich. The other is from Real Madrid and left the country at 17 to grow up as a player in German football. I feel a little opportunistic about the comment, but as they would say in England, a fact is a fact.